Okay, dear students, today we are discussing about the magical way of division and multiplication. This method is called logarithms. Okay, logarithms. First, I will teach you from division. After that, I will teach you from the multiplication. Okay, first of all, I will teach you what are the parts of a long division. What is inside the box? It's called dividend. And what is outside the box? It's called divisor. And what is the answer you are getting? That's known as quotient. We know in the quotient, the thing I need to say is, if we need to divide properly, we must know the multiplication table of divisor until 9 times. That means if you know the multiplication table of divisor until 9 times, you can divide easily, like this. Think you have to divide 9457 by 3. To do this thing easily, you must know 3 times table until 3 times 9. If you know that, you can divide easily. Okay. Think you need to divide 1537 from 30 to 40. Now you need to know 14 times table until 14 times 9 to divide this easily. For another example, think you need to divide 5255 by 125. You need to know 125 is stable until 125 times 9 to divide easy. Okay. I will show you. If you know 3 times table until 3 times 9, like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you know 3 times table until 3 times 9, you can divide these. I will show you how. 9 has 73, here 9 has 3. What is the value of 3 times 3? 9. 9 minus 9, 0. Take this 4 down. To 4, how many 3's? It should be 1. 1 times 3, 3. 4 minus 3, 1. Take this 5 down. For 15, how many 3's? 5. 5 times 3, 15. 15 minus 15, 0. Take this 7 down. For 7, how many 3's? 2. 2 and 3, 6. 7 minus 6, 1. So the quotient becomes 3152 and remainder becomes 1. If we need, we can take some decimal values also. Okay. Now this example, we need to divide this by 40. So if you know 14 times table, it is very easy to divide. Like this. What is 14 times table? 14, 28, 42, 56, 70, 84, 98, 112, 126. I wrote until 14 times 9. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, 8, 9. Okay. If we divide, 15 has how many 14s? 1. Because to be 2, it should be greater than 20. So for 15 it's 1. 1 times 14, 14. 15 minus 14, 1. Take this 3. 13 has no. 13 has no 14. So put a 0. 0 to 14, 0. 30 remaining. Take this 7. For 137. How many? 9. 9 into 40, 126. Remainder 11. Okay. Like that. If we need to divide by 125, we must know 125 table until 125 times 9. Like this. 125, 250, 375, 500, 625, 750, 875, 1000, 1125. I wrote until 125 times 9. So 52, no 125. So 525. How many? 4. 4 times 525, 500. Remainder is 25. For 255. How many? 2. 2 times 125, 250. Remainder is 5. Oh, that's how we divide. So, as you see, to divide easily, we must know until the 9 times 10. So think if you need to divide a value 15,474 by 5,277, here you must know, no, not must, if you should know, if you know 5,277 times 9, you can divide it easily. Right? So, without using this method, we have a method called logarithms to get the answer easy. The logarithms are based on powers of 10 and the indices laws. What are indices? It's like this. You know, 10 is 10 to the power 1. 10 times 10 times 10 is 10 to the power 3. You know it's 1000. 10 times 10, it's 10 to the power 2. You know it's 100. 2 came from here to here. What we have to do? We have to divide by 10. So, if we divide again, 10 times 10 divided by 10 becomes 10. To come from here to here, what we did? We subtract 1. So, to come from here to here, we subtract 1. So, it gives you 10 to the power 1. You know the value of 10 to the power 1. It's 10. Like that, I am going from here to here. What we are doing? We are dividing by 10. 10 divided by 10 give you 1. What we are doing here? We are subtracting 1. Then it gives you 1 minus 1, 10 to the power 0. So, we know 10 to the power 0 is 1. Okay. If we divide again, divided by 10, that will give you 1 over 10. If we subtract 1 from here, it will give you 10 to the power minus 1. It's equal to 1 divided by 10 means 0.1. Like that, we know the powers of 10. So what are the powers of 10? If we write again, 10 to the power 3 is 1000. 10 to the power 2 is 100. 10 to the power 1 is 10. 10 to the power 0 is 1. And we know something like this. If we multiply 10 by 100, you know the value is 1000. If we use indices laws, we can write it like this. 10 is 10 to the power 1. 100 is 10 to the power 2. So multiplying 10 to the power 1 by 10 to the power 2 will give you 10 to the power 1 plus 2. That will give you 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power 3 is 1000. Okay. So this is the method we are using to get the answer of a multiplication by addition and division by subtraction. It's like this. You know, 10 to the power 3 is 1000. And 10 to the power 2 is 100. So what would be the value of a value between 1000 and 100? Like 400. It should be greater than 10 to the power 2 and should be less than 10 to the power 3. So this 400's value should be 10 to the power 2 point something. Not only 400, any number between 100 and 1000. What are the examples? 525, 693, 777, 875.2. Any value between 100 and 1000 must be 10 to the power 2 point something. Then what is 10 to the power 1? It's 10. So any value between 10 and 100 should be 10 to the power 1 point something. Why is that? Because 10 to the power 1 is 10 and 10 to the power 2 is 100. So if we take like 52, its log value should be 10 to the power 1 point something. So how we find this something value? We use logarithm table. Okay. In grade 10, part 2 book, there's a logarithm table. In your last 2 pages. Okay. So if we need to find the log value of 52, what we have to do? We have to use the log table. How to find log table? How to find 52's log value? We have to go 52's 0. 52's 0. In this log table, 52's 0 gives us 7160. 7160. This value is a decimal value. It's a decimal value. We are using it as a decimal value. That decimal value has a special name, mantissa. Not only 52. For 5.2, 52, 520, 5200, 520, 5200, 52,000. Any variation which had 52, we use this 7160. So there should be a method to define if this is 52 or 5.2 or 520 or 5200. For that, we use this part. Okay. That part is called Mantisser. So, Mantisser is this part. This part is called characteristic. So, if I take 1.7160, this log value is telling us this is greater than 10. Greater than 10 to the power 1 or 10. Greater than 10. And this is showing us where it is located in the log table. Okay. So, if we take 5.2, 5.2 is between 1 and 10. If we take 52, it is between 100 and 10. If we take 520, it is between 1000 and 100. Okay. So using this 52 value, I will teach you how to do a log calculation. I will use 52 and 4. 52, 4. To find the log value of 52, what we have to do? We have to go horizontally from 52 and go vertically from 0. 52 0 will give you 7160. And this 4, to find the log value of 4, there is no log value like 4, there is only 40. So we have to go horizontally from 40 and come vertically from 0. It will give you 40, 0 will give you 60, 2, 1. Now as I said before, I need 52 and 4. Now how to define this is 52 and this is 4 using this Mantisser? When we take this 52, it is between 100 and 10. 10 is 10 to the power 1. 100 is 10 to the power 2. So 52's log value should be 10 to the power 1 point some value. Now we know that value, that is 6021. That is 6021. If I need the value of 520, this 520 is between 1000 and 100. We know 100 is 10 to the power 2. 1000 is 10 to the power 3. So the log value of 520 should be 10 to the power 2 point some value. We know that some value, that is what? 7160. I had mistaken here. It should be 7160. 7160. This is also 7160. So now you see how I define 520 and 52. 52 was 10 to the power 1.7160 and 520 was 10 to the power 2.7160. Same Mantisser, different characteristics. Okay. So if we need the value of 5200, what we have to do? We have to use the same mechanism, but the characteristic become 3.7160 like that. Okay. Then about 4. When we take 4, 4 is between what and what? 4 is between 10 and 1. We identify 1 as 10 to the power 0 and 10 as 10 to the power 1. So, the log value of 4 or the indices value of 4 is 10 to the power 0 point some value. That some value is what? This 6021. If we need the value of 40, what we have to do? 40 is between 10 and 100. 100 is 10 to the power 2 and 40 is 10 to the power 1. So the log value of 40 should be 10 to the power 1 point something. What is that some value? 6021. Same antisim, different characteristics. So that's how we take the value of 4, 40, 400, 4000, anything. Now think we need to divide 52 from 4. We need to divide 52 from 4. 52 divided by 4. How to do this? It's easy. 5 has how many 4s? 1. 1 times 4, 4. 5 minus 4, 1. Take this 2 down. For 12, how many 4s? For 12, it's 3. 3 times 4, 12. 12 minus 12, 0. We know 52 divided by 4 will give us 13. And also let's multiply 52 by 4. It will give us 2 times 4, 8. 5 times 4, 20. It gives us 208. Okay, let's see how to take this answer using logarithms. First I write tens powers here. 10 to the power 0 is 1, 10 to the power 1 is 10, 10 to the power 2 is 100, 10 to the power 3 is 1000, 10 to the power 4 is 10,000. Any value between 1 and 10? 10 to the power 0 point something. Any value between 10 and 100? 10 to the power 1 point something. Any value between 100 and 1000? 10 to the power 2 point something. Any value between 1000 and 10,000? 10 to the power 3 point something. Okay. First we take 52 divided by 4. 52 divided by 4. This 52 can be written as 10 to the power. What point? 52 is greater than 10, less than 100. So 1 point something. 10 to the power 1 point. What is the value we found? 52 0, 7160. 7160 divided by 4. 4 is between 1 and 10. So it should be written as 10 to the power 0 point some value. 10 to the power 0 point 40 0 is 6021. Okay. Now division of indices values is equal to subtraction of the powers. Like if you want to divide 10 to the power 3 from 10 to the power 1, what you have to do? You have to do like 10 to the power 3 divided by 10 to the power 1 equals to 10 times 10 times 10 divided by 10. This 10 be cancelled out for this 10. So it gives you 10 to the power 2. Without doing that, you can do 10 to the power 3 divided by 10 to the power 1 is equal to 10 to the power 3 minus 1 equals to 10 to the power 2. Okay. So we are applying the same thing to here. Division of 10 to the power 1.7160 by 10 to the power 0.6021 is equal to 10 to the power 1.7160 minus 0.6021. As we did here. 3 divided by 1 was equal to 3 minus 1. So what we have to do now? Now we have to subtract these two values. 1.7160 minus 0.6021. 60 minus 21, 39. 71 minus 60, 7. 1 minus 0, 1. It gave us 1.1139. 10 to the power 1.1139 was the answer it gave us. Then what we have to do? Then we have to find where is this 1139 went is inside the log table, and this one characteristic says us that value is greater than what? Greater than 10 and less than 100. So let's find where is this 1139 value. 1139 is in 13.0. 1139 is in 13.0. In the log table, it's in 13.0. Okay. Now tell me, according to this characteristic, the value should be greater than 10 and less than 100. So what is the value? 13.0 or 13. Actually, the answer is 13. We got the answer before. Okay. Now you may think, when we have this method to divide like this, why we are doing this? It's actually not for this simple questions. Think you have given a question like this. Think you have given a question like (1549) divided by 972. In this case, using logarithm is easy. In this case, using logarithm is a foolish thing. But why I did this? Because I need to give you the knowledge. Using this theorem knowledge, you can apply it to this thing. Okay? That's why I use this simple question. Okay. Then let's do the multiplication. What is the difference in multiplication? Without subtracting, we do addition. Okay. Let's see what's the answer it's giving us. According to indices laws, 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 2 will give you what? 10 to the power 3 is 10 into 10 into 10. 10 to the power 2 is 10 into 10. How many tens total? 10 to the power 5. Without doing this, what we could do? We can easily add 10 to the power 3 plus 2. It gives us 10 to the power 5. So we are applying this thing to here. Now we are adding those values. 011, 628, 101, 7613, 1 goes here, 112. It gave us 10 to the power 2.3181. Now what we have to do? We have to find inside the table where is this mantism. And this characteristic 2 tells us the value is 10 to the power 2 point something tells us the value is greater than 100 and less than 1000. So we are going to find where is this 318 inside the table. As we found here, it should be in 20 is 8. 20 is 8. You go horizontally from 20 and come vertically from 8. Then you will meet 318. Is it there? 318. Yeah. So it's in 20 is 8. Now, when we think about this characteristic, the value should be greater than 100 and less than 1000. So what is the value? Value is 208. Okay. Now I think you can understand what's the use of this logarithm. Then we will do some questions. Some hard questions. Not like these simple questions. Okay. Now I am giving this topic, now you know the method. Let's do some questions. This thing is very useful. Let's do 525.6 divided by 700. No. For grade 10 you don't have negative indices values. So I use only 72.68. Okay. When you have given this question, if you are trying to do this using lone division, you must know 7268 times 9 until 7268 times 9. So is it easy task? No. So what we are doing? This value is greater than 100, less than 1000. So what should be the characteristic? Greater than 100, less than 1000. 10 to the power 2 point something. How to find that something? We have to go horizontally from 52 and come vertically from 5. There is a value 52, 5. There is a value 7202. 7202. Then for this 6, we have to go to mean difference. Mean difference 6. Mean difference value 6. Under that value 6, there is 5. There is 5. So the total mantissa is 7202 plus this 5. It gives us 7207 divided by 72.68. This 72 is a value between 10 and 100. 10 and 100. So it should be 10 to the power 1 point something. 10 to the power 1 point something. How to find that some value? You have to go horizontally from 72. Now come vertically from 6. Then you will find It's in the second page. 72 6 is 86. Sorry. Yeah, 8615. 8615. 8615. Then to find this 8, we have to go to the mean difference part. In mean difference part, there is 8615. There is 5. There is 5. So the total Mandisa is 8615 plus 5. 8620. 8620. Okay. Now we found the log values. Now we have to go into the indices rules. According to indices rules, what happens? For division, we use subtraction. So we are writing it as 10 to the power 2.7207 minus 1.8620. Okay. Please subtract 2.7207 minus 1.8620. 7 minus 0, 7, 0 minus 2 cannot be done. Take 1. 10 minus 2, 8. Now this is 1. Take 1. 11 minus 6 is 5. Now this is 6. Now 7. Take 1. 16 minus 8 is 8. Now this is 1, not 2. 1 minus 1, 0. It gave us 10 to the power 0.8587. Okay, now we are going to find the antelope. Antelope means we have to find where this mantissa is inside the log table. And this characteristic 0 tells us the value you found is between 1 and 10. The value you found is between 1 and 10. Let's find where is this 8587 value. When you take the log table, 8587 is in there is no 8587, but in 72's 2, 72's 2, 72's 2, there is a value 8585. 8585. We need another 2. From where we are going to find that 2? We have to go to the mean difference. Mean difference. Find where is 2. Find where is 2 in this mean difference. 2 is in 2 places, 3 and 4. So take the bigger value. Take 4. In mean difference 4, there is 2. So 8585 plus 2 is equal to 8587. So what is the antelope value? 72's 2's 4. 72's 2's 4. 72's 2's 4. Now, what is the answer? That characteristic told us the value is between 1 and 10. So, from these values, what is between 1 and 10? 7.224. So, this is the answer. Use your calculator and find the value of this. You will definitely get 7.224. Okay. Then I will teach you another one example for multiplication. Then I will end this video. If you have any questions, you can comment. I will definitely answer it. Let's do multiplication. Think you need to multiply 5245. Let's make this value little bit yes, 52.45 multiplied by 17.89. To do this question, you have to do lots of steps if you use normal multiplication. What are those steps? You have to multiply 5245 from 1789, and you have to multiply by 9, then 80, then from 700, then from 1000, then add them together. Then you get the answer. That's how you do that. But in logarithms, what you do? What is the characteristic here? 52 is greater than 10, less than 100. So it should be 10 to the power 1 point something. 10 to the power 1 point something. 17.89, it's also greater than 10. So I make this 1.789. 1.789. It's greater than 1, less than 10. Okay. So it should be 10 to the power 0 point something. Now we are going to find the log values of them. 5245. How to find that? Go horizontally from 52, come vertically from 4, and get the value. What is 52's 4 value? Every time I use 52. So let's make this 8245. Okay. 8245. 82. 82's 4 is 9159. How to find the value of 5? Go to mean difference. Under that 5 there is this is 82. 8245. Under that 5 there is 3. Now add the value and take the total magnitude. Total magnitude is 9159 plus 3, 9162. 9162. Okay. Then how to find 1789? Go horizontal from 17, come vertically from 8. What's the value of 17's 8? 17's 8 gives us 2504. 2504. 8, 9. In mean difference, under 9, there is there's 22. Get the total magnitude value. 22 plus 4, 26. 25, 26. Okay. Now I'm clearing this. Now what we need? Now we need to find the sum of them because they have been multiplied. According to indices laws, what we do for multiplication? We add them together. It gave us 10 to the power 2.1688. Now what to do? We have to find where is this Manchester value. Where is this Manchester value inside the log table? It is known as anti-log. Anti-log. And this characteristic 2 says us what? It says the value is greater than 100 and less than 1000. Okay, let's find this 1688 value. 1688. It's inside. There's no 1688 inside the table. There's just 1673. In 14's 7. There's 1633. Oh, sorry, 1673. We need 1688. 15 is lacking. 15 is lacking. So, find where is that lacking 15 inside the mean difference and find what is the value in the mean difference that carrying 15. 15 is carrying by the value 5. Okay. Now, what is the place that 1688 was? 14's 7 5. 14 7 5. Then final thing, this characteristic set us it is greater than 100. So using these four values, I just need to find a value that is greater than 100. Is it 1 point, 14 point, 147.2, 1475? It is 147.5. So if you calculate this from a calculator, you will definitely get this answer. Okay. Now I think you understand what is the use of this logarithm table and how we have to use it. So use it wisely. Don't use logarithm table just for simple questions. Okay. Don't use logarithm table for simple questions. Logarithm table is for hard questions.